Alright, I just want to take my time to check the front end project submitted by my student. Okay, Okachi by name. I believe I got the name correct. Alright, a lot to talk about here. A lot of corrections to be made. He did a good job anyway, though the last stuff there are a few areas that I must talk seriously about. Okay. So the first point here is this is the folder, the website folder. Okay, this is the website folder. The style is supposed to have a folder. He's supposed to create a folder. So Okachi is supposed to create a folder, CSS folder. It's not a must, but it's necessary. Okay, so that you'll be able to group all your files accordingly. Just like you see my own right now, you see the one I used to teach you guys. So you see the CSS folder. Okay, so you have to create a CSS folder. Very important. Okay. All right, that's number one correction. Then now let's open the website. Now this is the website here. Lots of observation. Starting from the top here, you're going to see that the phone number, there's no padding at all. The phone is starting from the end, the extreme, and that is not how it's supposed to be. So it's supposed to maintain the same margin with this logo. Okay, it's supposed to maintain the same margin with this logo. Okay, so you have to work on that. You have to change the padding. Let's check my own site I use for the training. This is how it is. This is how it maintains the same margin with the logo, and it has padding. It has more padding up and down, left, okay, and right. So you have to add a padding to it. That's number one. Then number two. Then the next one here, I think this one is okay. You got it right. Then come down to slider, the slider section. The slider section is number one. You see that your picture, the pictures you use for this slider is deformed. You deformed the width and height of this picture. You deformed it. You don't have to deform a picture. Watch out my own. It is not deformed. It still maintains the picture width and height and everything. Pictures are not deformed. Okay, so you don't have to deform the image. You don't have to distort the image. Let's go to your CSS. Let's see what actually happened. Okay, one more observation here. When you watch, you see that a slider is a horizontal slider. Sorry, a horizontal scroll bar was created, showing that your page, your element actually exceeded the page. You see how it is? Oh my God! This is where your page stopped. I mean the width of your website stopped, but this exceeded. So you see it exceeded. So you have to work on this. Let me go to CSS and see if I can help you solve this particular one. This one, let's go to your CSS. Before that, let me check. This is the slider container. This is the slider container, and these are the images. And actually this figure image was actually what extended beyond the width of the page of this index. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this slider container, then I'll go to CSS, search for it. Okay, so you see the slider container. You actually commented it out. Let me leave this one you have here. Let me use this particular one to show you what you should do to get this done. Let me just copy this and paste it here, and I will remove this, then I will delete this. So you now have the slider container. Now this is what I'm going to do. I actually like my block to come to this code block to come to this side. Though it depends on, it can be like this, can still be like this, everything will still work fine. Okay, now this is what I'm going to do now. I will type in width. So I will give width 100%, so that 100%, so that it will, the width of this slider container will stop here. It will not extend. Okay, it will not extend beyond this boundary. It will just maintain the width, the 100% width of the screen. Okay, then the next thing is I will say overflow hidden. Overflow hidden. So if the content, this figure content actually extended beyond the border, so it has to be hidden. Okay, it has to be hidden now. So let's check again. Now that I've saved it, I will open this and refresh. Do you see the horizontal scroll has gone? You don't have it anymore. That means it is no longer extending. Okay, that is settled. The horizontal scroll is no more. That's why you don't have to extend beyond this width. But that's settled. Now, I'm not going to actually edit everything for you. I'm just going to point out the errors, then you solve them. I will edit few and leave the rest for you. Okay, so the next thing here is that these pictures are deformed. Let me give you an idea of what you're going to do to the pictures. You're not going to if you touch both the width and height, then you have to add object fit cover. Let me see if I can help you do something like that. Let me see if I can help you with that. This is figure. Okay, this is the image. You see, with weight we put 30%, height 80, viewport height. Okay, you put something like this here. Object fit. Okay, we put cover. Once you do this well, the image will not get deformed. Instead it will exceed. Let's see what will happen. So you see the image is no longer deformed, but what actually happened was that the image now is now filling the entire page. The next thing you have to consider, but I'm not going to go there now, is you have to see if you can change this image. Put image that contains put the image that contains, just like my own image that contains so many images, so many pictures, and not just one image. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. I think this image, let me see if I can put it will take me it will actually exhaust my time, but I need to check a lot of things. Just take your time. What I want you to do is try your best to adjust the image to look like my own. Maybe you might need to look through the code, my own CSS code, to see what you can do. Okay, so that the image is no longer deformed, only that the width and height you added to it is actually what was affected. Let me see if I can remove this one to help you. Let me see if I can remove this. I'm not opening my code, but let me see if it will solve the problems. Okay, it will actually make the image quite bold, quite bigger. Okay, even though it actually helped a lot, but the image is quite bigger right now. Okay, let me add it back. Okay, all right. Let's see. Let me actually comment this one. Let me see. I don't want to actually dig deep to get the issue that what actually made your image. Okay, I think this is it. I think I've gotten it. It's now beautiful. You understand? To a good extent, it's better. Okay, there's an issue here. Now, there's an issue here to be sorted out. Take your time, work on this slider properly. I think maybe what you have to do is that you have to redo the slider from the scratch. See if you can redo the slider from the scratch. Follow my instruction. Follow the code, my code. You know what? One mistake you made, I think, is you didn't actually follow my lecture exactly the way I did it. Whenever you are learning something newly, do not add your own code. Do not add your own style. Do exactly what I did so that you get the same result. When you are done doing exactly what I did and get the same result, then you might now decide to distort it to fit what you want. Okay, so whenever you're learning something, you're trying to learn something, do not invent your own idea. Do not invent your own idea. You understand me? Do exactly what your tutor is doing. You can still invent your own idea later when you would have achieved exactly the same result as your tutor. Do you understand? And sometimes, if you want to invent your own idea, duplicate what you've done, keep the original one. Then you can now start distorting the copy. So that if anything happens, you can still make use of the original one. Do you understand? So in subsequent training, whenever I do something, do exactly what I did. Don't invent anything. Do you understand me? So that's sorted out. So I think this one is okay. Okay, this one. Okay, you got this one. This is a good extent. Now here, there's an issue here. There's an issue here. The issue is that this block, okay, this box, you're supposed to add flex basis to it, but you didn't. I don't think you actually add width. But this is a flex item. This is a flex item, and for a flex item, what you have to add is flex basis. If you want to give it width, you add flex basis, then you now put the width you want to give it. Okay, so that is one. That's one thing to consider. Then so you have to add it flex basis, and I think I have to do that for you. Let me go to CSS. I mean to your HTML page. Now this is where it is. Okay, now this is the content, the box we are talking about. Now let me go to CSS now. Okay, I'll search for it. Now the first thing, I think I have to go up. It's supposed to be up. This is it here. Okay, now you see I added max width 3.318 max width. Actually, what you should add, instead of max width, you should add flex basis. Flex basis 318. Okay, so that added flex basis. Let's check it. So you see now it will adjust itself a bit, but what I think is also, it's supposed to adjust. There's one more thing here that this box supposed to get to this end. It's supposed to maintain the same margin as this logo above with this phone number. They're supposed to be in the same margin, at least to a good extent, even if not exactly, but at least to a very good extent. It's supposed to come a little bit by this side. You watch out, see that this image is also deformed. You are good at deforming image. No, you need to change this. Don't deform image again. This image, this is not the actual width or height of the image. You deformed it. Let me show you how not to deform image. Before I continue with this, something actually happened. I think for this one to get to, I will still come back to this image, okay? But for this box to get to this place, we have to look at the container of that box, and the container of that box is this one, product container. That's the container of the box. Let me copy it and search for it here. Product container. Okay, this is how it is, where it is. Product container. You gave it 70% width. Giving it width might not necessarily here. Just margin would have solved issue for you. So let me comment out this width. This width you get to it. Let me comment it out. Let's see. Do you see now? Beautiful. So you see that this box has extended. So what you have to do is I have to give it margin. Let me see the background, I mean how it's extended. Let me just give it a yellow background just for me to check the box, for me to just quickly check the box. Okay, it's ended here actually, so I have to give it margin now. Let me remove the box this time. Let me remove this, let me remove it. So I have to give it margin. This ought will go, just give it margin of maybe top and bottom. You also give it height of 400. This height is not so important. Maybe you can drop it from here. Okay, so let's give it margin of let's say 50 pixel or 100. Let me give you 100. I don't actually know the margin you give for the top bar. That's the same margin you should give, but let me just give you 100 pixel, maybe top 100 pixel here. 100 pixel. Let's check and see. All right, I think not too bad. Okay, actually it seemed like you gave it 50 pixels. You gave this one 50 pixels. From here to here it should be 50 pixel. Let's see if we can also give it 50 pixel. Okay, and check it out. Beautiful. Do you see now? It is now looking closely like my own here. Do you see how my own is? And that is how it's supposed to be. Okay, now we are going to work on the image. Okay, after this one I'll just show you other little corrections and I'll stop. Then use the corrections you've gotten here to adjust the rest. Okay, now I'm going to work on the image now. Okay, where is the image? So you see the image now. Look at what you did. You gave height of 100%, width of 60 pixels. No, this is what you have to do. You don't have to give such width to image. When you are dealing with image in a container, give both image width and height 100%. Then you come down here, remember what I told you, object fit. Object fit will make it not to be deformed, so the image will not be, it will still maintain the actual what do you call aspect ratio of the image, because you're actually deforming the aspect ratio of that image. Okay, that is, you are trying to deform the proportional size of the image. Okay, so to avoid deforming that proportional size, put object fit, put cover like this. Then once you put the width and height 100%, then object fit cover, then you see it will flush the image. Do you see that? Whoa, wonderful. Wonderful. Do you see how wonderful your job is right now? So that's how, and again you actually added padding. You added padding to this, but I don't think I will work on. Let me just see my own. Let me see how my own is. Okay. I think it's quite close to my own, and they've gotten it. So you see what happened to the image, your image before this box. What actually happened to this box is that you didn't put flex basis. You use max width. So, and max width will not affect the flex item. It is flex basis that will affect the width of the flex item. And this thing is a flex item because it is inside a flex box. You understand me? So that is what happened. Then the image, you actually added a specific width to the image. Instead of making it 100%, you know, when you make a width 100%, that image will keep adjusting and maintain that 100%. When you are adjusting, when the width of the screen is expanding or reducing, like when you want it to be responsive, so that it can also fit in within maybe a mobile application, mobile screen or something like that. It will also fit in comfortably. So always use 100% for width and height of an image, then use object fit, okay, to make sure that the proportional size of that image is not deformed. So that's it. The last but not the least I'm going to touch here is when you are coding, also maintain punctuation, maintain capitalization. You see, this is supposed to start with capital C, like this one, okay? And this web design W is supposed to start with capital, 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 okay? So you have to check it and get it solved. And even this number 16, United States, code Lagos, you have to also, United should be capital. Take note of all these, because if you're actually working on a project, you're working for somebody's website, if you do something like this and send to the person, then it means it's not professional, because you didn't actually check the punctuation well and the capitalization as well. Okay, so that's it. I think I've to a good extent touched a few of what I'm supposed to touch in your work, then do other necessary corrections. Okay, and I'm also looking at this space here. It seems to be big. Reduce the space here a bit, from here to here, reduce it. Okay, the padding space or the margin depends on what it is. Okay, so that's it. So if you go to about us now, okay, everything, maybe product and stuff. Do you see you made the same mistake here? You made the same mistakes here. Okay, and so follow the instruction here to solve this problem. Use flex basis, then use 100% width and height object fit, okay, and get this issue solved. All right, I think that's good. I wish you luck. Just do your best. Do your best, okay? There's something I am also seeing here. Just do your best to make your picture, the image in your container, look like mine. Okay, look at mine clear. You see how the image is. So you still have to do some more work to get it look like my own. Okay, so if you need to watch the videos over and over, if you need to start afresh, do try this time around to get it exactly the way my own is. Once you get it exactly this way, then you save it as the original copy. Then if you want to make any change, then you take your time, you start making the change. Okay, and that is, you duplicate it, then use one copy of it to make the change you want to make. But do not deform images. Don't deform images. Always follow the instruction I gave you. Okay, thank you so much.